Well, hey guys, this is Chris from Bikes, Brothers, and Brews. First of all, I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you could do me a solid and please subscribe, hit that like button, that bell notification so you can be notified of future content. I'd be greatly appreciated. So today, I've got my wife on the back here. We are heading to our first benefit ride, heading over to Portland, Indiana, where it's going to start there and head over to a couple neighboring cities, stopping at different American Legions on the way. This benefit is for an 11-year-old boy in Portland who earlier this year, right around the first of the year I believe, was diagnosed with leukemia. Kind of caught the family by surprise. He's been in and out of the hospital since then. I guess hearsay, some of those treatments have been pretty rough for him, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, a lot of times he's been at the hospital by himself or with one other family member because they've had restrictions as to the number of family members that could be there. But this event was organized by a couple of the boys' friends, a couple adults who are pretty active in the community with, the boy's name is Skylar, pretty active in the community with his parents, at least his dad. Skylar and his brother Darius are pretty active in the community in terms of sports in which they played. So there's somebody else who thought that a benefit ride for him would be a good way to help raise some funds for the family's medical expenses. So that's what we're doing today. We are almost to the meetup where we're going to register, and then we're going to a handful of stops after that. All in all, I think this trip is supposed to be about 100 miles or so. We got some deer over there. Like I said, this trip's supposed to be about 100 miles or so. Stopping at a bunch of American Legions, like I said. Got a 360 cam here in front of me too. First time using it, so hopefully you can get some good content for you. Once again, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see what we can get today. So what's interesting about this group ride, this benefit ride, is I've never ridden with more than one motorcycle. I've ridden with my brother a couple times, Ben, who's also part of this channel. I've ridden with my friend and his fiance. My wife has her own bike and we've ridden separately. But this will be the first time I've ridden with any other group of motorcycles. So not only is this my first benefit ride, it's also my first group ride, so I'm interested to see and looking forward to finding out how it is and if I enjoy group rides or not, or if I just like to ride by myself or with a couple other bikes.
You're introduced with music. Walk-up music. Yeah.
Guys, first of all, thanks for coming. Skylar's doing good. He's in the hospital right now doing count recovery. His treatments are done. He's done with his chemo treatments. We're just waiting now for his counts to come back up so he can come home for good. He'll have to go back once a month for a year, get blood drawn, make sure it stays away. But everything's been going good. He appreciates everybody here. He was hoping, he could be here for it, but we had a little complications with round 3, so it kind of delayed everything. And yeah, he's doing really good. His brother's actually, once we take off, we're going to be FaceTiming him over there. So as we pull out, we'll be able to see everybody. So, ugly Darius.
Ugly.
He'll be over there on the corner phone with his phone videoing you guys. He's FaceTiming his brother so he can see everybody going out. So, that's all I have. Just thanks everybody for being here and keeping our family in your thoughts. So we're back to you, buddy.
And we also have Michael Brady, who is our state Indiana AR director. He'd like to say a few words about a ride coming up.
First off, I just want to say this is an exceptional turnout for this cause, and for as young as this chapter is, I'm real proud of it. Let's give the Portland chapter ALR a round of applause.
So like I said earlier, this is my first group ride. I've only ever ridden with one other motorcycle, and I talked to one of the organizers earlier. We'll talk to him later, but he said there's about 75, maybe closer to 80 motorcycles out here today. And I was talking with my wife. That's her in front of me to the left there on the Yamaha V-Star. We were talking at one of our stops. We're just leaving our third stop, or second stop, actually, third site. Anyway, so I was talking with her earlier. Before I started riding 4 or 5 years ago, I never thought too much about motorcycle benefit rides or poker runs or anything like that. I just thought, first of all, you never really know if it's an actual benefit ride or a poker run, or if just a bunch of people, or a motorcycle club, or just a bunch of people that are out riding together. I never really gave it too much thought. I just figured it was a bunch of people out, riding, enjoying the weather. But when we got started, and I was looking in front of me at how many bikes were there in this group, I got a little bit choked up. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty cool to be a part of something like this, something that's more important than yourself. This is a benefit ride for an 11-year-old boy who's battling leukemia. And to have all these people out here helping him, raising money to help him, with this fight, something that anybody who's 11 years old shouldn't have to go through. It's pretty cool to be a part of this. I honestly got a little bit emotional. My wife said she did too. We actually stopped back home during this ride so she could get her own bike. So she's actually, like I said, in front of me now instead of on the back. But she said that she was a little bit choked up as well. And, I had to tell her that I've honestly felt the same thing, because, this isn't about us. We're out riding. We're out enjoying this beautiful weather in western Ohio and eastern Indiana. But it's more than that. We're out here supporting Skylar in a fight. He's in a fight for his life, and we're out here doing this for him. And it's pretty cool that it's more than just my wife and I. There's all these other people out here helping her. So just before we got on our way here after this stop, my wife and I were talking, how much fun these are, or at least this one is. So we may do some more in the future. May not record them. Maybe we will. Who knows? But I just wanted to record this one because it was my first. And I wanted to give you guys an idea of, my first thoughts and impressions of being in a group ride for the first time. and it has its challenges. You may have seen so far now that the speed isn't always consistent. Here I am going just about 60 miles an hour, and as the group separates and then bunches back up, it's speeds aren't really consistent. But I guess that's part of being on a group ride. But we're having a lot of fun. Weather's probably low to mid 80s. Starting to clear up a lot more than it was this morning when we started, or around noon when we started. But it's turning out to be a pretty nice ride. We're heading to our third stop on the poker run right now. We've been spending about 10 to 15 minutes in between each place, just so everybody can get their cards, people can grab a drink and just relax a little bit before we hit the road again. But I'm just really pleased with the way things have gone so far. I didn't know what to expect. I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you on that one. But at the end of the day, or at least at this point, it's I'm enjoying what I'm experiencing right now. So I'm gonna step away from the mic here, keep recording, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. So being new to poker runs and benefit rides and stuff like that, one thing that confused me at first, that we didn't really know the logistics of it, was what to do when you get to stop signs or stoplights where you have to stop in terms of the flow of traffic. Haven't actually recorded one yet, but quickly found out that riders in the group will break off at intersections to stop traffic so you can go through. It did that at state highways, US highways, just in town, depending on whichever town we're in. We're coming up on a small town of Ridgeville, Indiana. But I didn't know how that worked at first, but quickly found out, like I said, that members of the group just take care of it themselves. Not much more to say on that topic, just wanted to touch base on it in case anybody is interested in doing their first benefit ride or poker ride or anything of those sorts and have any questions as to what or how that situation played out. And if you discovered anything about benefit rides, or you have any questions about benefit rides, just go ahead and drop them down below in the comments. Another thing I've noticed too, especially since we're going about 15 miles per hour through town on a day like today, that you don't really feel the heat too much when you're going 55, 60 miles an hour, but now that we've dropped below 25 or 40 even, it's become pretty warm. Like, it almost makes me not want to do these anymore, or at least go through some of these small towns because it's warm. But hey, that's all part of the experience, I guess. And it looks like we're coming up here on the Ridgeville American Legion. This is stop number 3. Technically the 4th location since we started. I'll stop in, grab our poker card. So far I've got a 10 of clubs and a 9 of clubs, so I've got straight flush in the works. But we'll catch up with you again in a little bit. Hey guys, it's Chris. I just got back to the American Legion in Portland and stumbled upon a car show. So we're gonna check that out a little bit. Oh boy. '67 Harley-Davidson shovelhead. Hey, so I'm just getting home. It's been a long day. Left the house about 10:30, 10:45 this morning. It's about 6:15 right now. Pretty long day. Put in about 165 miles on the bike between the 5-6 stops that we went today. I gotta say, I had a really fun time. First time in a benefit ride. First time in a poker run. It was my first time riding with more than one other motorcycle. I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I really had a great time. So once again, if you could hit that subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Hit the like button as well. Hit the bell notification so you know of any future content. Thanks for stopping by. See you later.